India's dismal show in shooting at Rio 2016 Olympics continued as Singh and Gagan Narang were failed to qualify for 50m rifle 3 positions. Singh showed a bit of hope when the Indian marched into top 6 but was soon dropped down. Singh scored a total of 380 in the standing round and was placed 24 eventually with 1169 points. Gagan Narang scored 384 in standing stage and he was finally placed at 33 rank with a total of 1162 points. As it happened, Singh, Gagan Narang failed to qualify for 50m rifle 3 positions. Singh is losing his rhythm, drops to 16 with 285 points. Looking upon Gagan Narang, he hasn't been able to cope up with that struggling show. Narang at 36 slot. A bit of a dip in the rankings for Singh. He moves to 10th spot now with a tally of 95 points in the first round of standing stage. Keep adding to that tally as Singh moves to 5th rank and 86 points. Singh is back in the business and gets 38 to stay 7 in the rankings. Gagan Narang is at the standing stage with score of 60, but he's still struggling at 30th rank. Singh has got a terrific chance of qualifying this stage. Standing stage still left to give a thought. He got a perfect 100 once in the prone stage. Gagan Narang is placed 37 with 395 subtotal in prone. Singh moves into top 8 now. He's surely having some good time with 350 points in prone. Singh has got 100 apiece in first 2 rounds while Gagan Narang gets 99. Singh improves his rankings just as he starts the quest in prone stage. He has so far scored the 190 with a subtotal of 190. Both Gagan and Singh have got a dip in their rankings just as the prone stage starts. Singh is at 21 and Gagan at 42 presently. Though Singh is looking good, we have Sergi at the helm of the list so far. Singh ranks 19th at the end of kneeling stage with 371 as subtotal while Gagan Narang is at 40 with a total of 336. So we have Gagan Narang in action after Singh was placed at 20 in kneeling series number 98, 95, 99. That's the subtotal readings for Singh so far in the first 3 series. Gagan Narang moves to 318 as a subtotal, scoring 28 in the 4th series so far. Singh moves to a subtotal of 312 as he has scored 20 points in the 4th series. At stage of kneeling, Singh's present total is 282. Gagan Narang is 261 for Indian shooters. Another miserable day at Rio 2016 Olympics. For once, the wines weren't ominous. He's a little more phlegmatic than Rahul Dravid, if that's possible. But Gagan Narang would have woken up to the rainy, windy dawn outside his game's village window and smiled a little, like Dravid might have, staring down a bouncy pitch, with the ball moving like spitfires. Windy was challenging, but windy was good. Windy was what Gagan Narang had grown up mastering. Windy was right up his for-me alley. Windy meant he could summon his considerable experience and technical prowess. Considered India's most talented shooter who read conditions on a range like gentle beasts sniffed out infrasonic hertz, Gagan Narang was prepared for the wines. But he didn't regain his rhythm for the last 5 shots and crashed out on 623.1. He'd seen the comfortable perch of 4th, but things never really settled in shooting until the last shot and he would hang on desperately to the top 8 and then drop down, with a resurgence never kicking in, as it ought to have for the pro. It was tired triggering towards the end of the 6th series, and India couldn't qualify for yet another final. The wait for the medal wasn't going to end at Narang's door. Gagan Narang loves his craft, understands guns, and reads conditions better than most. Those little red flags you see fluttering, Narang's shooting has an inbuilt anemometer, the sort of a shooter's sixth sense when competing on the outdoor 50-meter range. Not that indoor ranges are easy to tame, but outdoor ones simply throw in challenges that demand added experience. Gagan Narang wasn't short on experience, having medalled in recent years in 50m prone. His advantage was that he could adjust to the unhelpful conditions. But a routine break in the last series saw him return to start with a 9.5. This wasn't a dramatic meltdown from the up and down wines, just flat, low-intense shooting that didn't get the job done. Lanes 15 to 35 would record marginally better scores. Narang was in no 52, and though it demanded absolute focus and improvisation, and Narang had his chances, he couldn't finish the work. There were other big names that went out to Yifei, Peter Seavey, Oli Zarkov, Warren Potent. The left elbow that steadies the gun could be said to have let him down, as the triggering finding the exact time to shoot figuring in conditions and alignment failed this day, ending India's medal hopes in prone. Narang, who medaled in 10-meter air rifle to kickstart medals at London, couldn't work the same magic or crack the level of efficiency this time around. In its first week, India remains medal-less and miserable. Mental preparedness while serious medal hopes. Abhinandan and Jitu Rani have maxed out reaching finals. Archers have gone out despite a month-long prep stay in Rio and almost driving them out into isolation. Yet, doubts remain on their mental preparedness for the precision events, as well as peak physical fitness for both shooters and archers. A strong body aids concentration, keeps mental fatigue at bay, and as such not all Indians have been known to be in top shape going into Rio. India's other big man, discus dude, Vikas Bhatia also ended with a whimper, and Shivya Thapa, considered a big medal hope, before the draw pit him against the Cuban champ, went down with much of a fight back. Men's doubles pairing of Lee and Pace, Rohan Botana couldn't do much, and it meant it's down to Yogeshwar Dutt and Sainath Nehwal among the former medalists to step up. While introspections will resume in India among the two federations of shooting and archery, what is immediately evident is that Indians aren't responding in the best manners possible to pressure situations. And the solutions are as much psychological as they are technical. There is urgent need for top-grade international coaches to help the marks people to deal with various situations, and Indians ought to start preparing in earnest for cold climes and the assorted challenges that brings in. The mood in Rio for the Indian contingent has been quite gloomy, and it's not just the overcast conditions and clouds drooping low over Sugarloaf and the hills that hulk over the city. Shooting has been India's form sport for 3 Olympics now, and India's staring at a rout. Archery, riding on Deepika Kumaran, raises hopes, but hasn't struck the medal in 2 straight games now. Boxing is in a mess at a time when rule changes have altered the sport that Olympics, and wrestling and tennis have gone through such bruisingly dubious bad-noons gotten down to scrunching the medal figures. The last time India returned without a single medal was 1992. Leander Paes played his 7th Olympics, but sadly there's no medals for longevity alone. There are wins, there's no change though. Marathon 10th after round 1 Marathon shot impressive rounds of 24, 25 and 23 to finish first day of qualifying in ski at 10th position. Mehra is the first Indian shooter to participate in the ski event at the Olympics. The score of 23 in the 3rd series pegged him back a bit, but he firmly remains in contention for the semifinals if he marginally improves on his scores during the 2nd qualifying round on Saturday. The semifinals and medal rounds too will be held on Saturday. Gagan Narang, Singh failed to qualify for 50m rifle prone final. India's Barrett run in shooting at the Rio 2016 Olympics continues as shooters Gagan Narang and Singh failed to qualify for the men's 50m rifle prone final on Friday. It was the same story for Narang, as it was during 10m air rifle qualifications. The Indian shooter was off to a promising start, rose to 3rd position at one point, but a 103.0 in the 4th series pushed him down the table. This 103.0 came after fine show of 104.7, 104.4 and 104.6 in the first 3 series. After losing weight, the only way back for Narang was by a spectacular finish. That didn't happen as he could manage another low score of 104.0 and was pushed further down with a 102.4 in the final series. When the other shooters were done with their series, Narang was placed at a disappointing 13th. The Indian shooter Singh posed no challenge as he too lost weight after 104.1 in the opening series. Disappointing total of 101.0, 104.4, 102.4, 103.9, 103.8 followed, and Singh, participating in his first Olympics, finished at a miserable 36th. There is still some participation left for India as Mehra Ahmed is in the skeet qualifying and Gurpreet Singh in 25m rapid-fire pistol qualification. Earlier, Narang had a forgettable outing in the 10m air rifle qualifiers as he failed to progress to the final. Abhinandan did qualify, but he missed the medal by 0.5, to end in the 4th position. Whiskey away from a medal.